So this is my sections for the last sections. Okay, the case that Hilda just mentioned about, the testing were based on Oracle BI and Sybase. The reason is that they don't have budget to buy BO at that moment. So you can imagine if they use BO with Sybase IQ, probably faster. Okay. Okay. So my section I'm going to talk about is the BO 4.1. So after the acquisitions, right, we focus on different areas. The first thing that we do is the integrations with the BO and the ERP system, and also with the BW. But we're not only focusing on the integrations part only, we also focus on how we develop business object. So as I mentioned, right, we focus in 3 areas, the data discovery, dashboarding, and reporting. So the existing BO customer, they probably know about our dashboarding and our reporting side. So which we are already very good, like Crystal Report. We also dominate all the reporting markets in Hong Kong, or I can say globally. So also the web intelligence for ad hoc query for the users, we are also very good in that areas. For dashboarding, we're also using Excel, and now we support HTML5. So only one version you can deploy on your web and also your mobiles. So I want to mention once again is that BO is not only a component from the ERP, not only the integrations, we also support open platform. So we're also focusing on different tools and also the development for each of the tools. Because it really scared me when I talk to some of the customers. They're saying that BO is already gone in the market, or BO is only a component for the ERP. No, we are not. We also do BO, or we also do platform or technologies in SAP areas. Okay. So for the BO, right, as I said, we support open platform. So all the ERP, like even Oracle EBs or PeopleSoft JDI work, we also have a direct connection drivers to tap into the their applications to draw their data. Okay, but if you know their data model, then you can retrieve their data. We also support like different EW platform, like LabRiver, BW, Teradata, and Teradata. We also support that. For database, we also support Oracle, IBM DB2, Microsoft SQL. So we also continuously support open platform. And also with the in-memory database like HANA, Excel, we also support. So in the front end, as I said, we only focus in one versions and then deploy in all the devices. All the devices including the iPad, Apples, the mobile device, the Android, BlackBerry, or the Windows IE. So one version you can deploy in different device. Okay. So for all this like discovery, dashboarding, and the reporting, we support all the device. So as I said, right, BO is an open platform. We support all the market standard. Okay. So in these sections, right, I'll talk about like for the future developments for 4.1. So if you are existing BO customer, our version number is kind of weird. Okay. So before the acquisition, we call XI, which is the BO 11. And then after the acquisition, we call BO 3.0, and now it's 4.0. So we're moving backward, okay? Kind of funny, moving backward. Okay? Maybe we don't like big numbers, so probably SAP write smaller numbers. So the latest version is 4, okay? So if you see XI, right, don't worry, XI is old, okay? 4 is the latest, okay? So we still focus on the platform development, as I said before, right? The platform, which is the core, the universe, the semantic layer, we support more than one single database. So we support multiple databases. In order to build one of the business model, we support multiple databases. And discovery, I will show you demonstrations later on to see like how users can retrieve data from Excel or from a database in order to do analysis with this set of data. We also focus on the dashboarding, reporting, mobiles, big data, and all the big data for SAP, and also the collaborations. Okay. So I got a list of the details, like what are the improvement. I just select some of the documents out from the whole PDF. So if you need the details, right, you can just get my name card. Maybe I can send you the details, the whole list of the improvement. So one of the good things is that for the semantic layer, we support the SAP ERP, the Hadoop. We also got a connector to connect to the Oracle EBS. Okay, so on the middle layer, the universe I would say that in the old version of the universe, it's kind of simple. You create a model, and then for the users to create reports. But now the universe is more powerful. So you can connect to multiple databases, do all the securities there, and then do multiple business model for a single mapping, data mappings. And also, we support all the HANA and all the BW areas. So for the innovations, right, we support all the data discovery. So I will show you the demonstration a bit later. Also the analysis for the Microsoft Excel. So this is some of the features under 4.1. But I didn't, like as I said, right, I didn't show you the whole list. So I got the list in here. So which got like more information in here, but I'm not going to talk about each of the points. You probably fall asleep if I talk about each of the points. Right? So I just list out some of the important points to show you like the improvement in 4.0. So now I'm going to focus to talk about the discovery and the analysis areas. So dashboarding and reporting, we are still also very good, continuously doing very good in that areas. But discovery is kind of a new concept in Hong Kong. As I said, I do BI for over 10 years. I see that most of the people, when they do analysis, they focus on the reporting. So when they do analysis, they will think of how they look at a report. So, but it's kind of wasting time, right? Because you have to do all the formattings, how you align all the lines, all the elements, but it's kind of wasting time. So we got a new idea is to the data discovery. So how we can do that? Okay, so in most of the cases, right, I see that reporting are one of the major requirements for the users in Hong Kong, and dashboarding also for the management. As long as you can do some drilling, drill up, drill down, or drill through, you will be able to do dashboarding for the management. As long as you get their ideas, how they analyze their business, okay, which is the most difficult part, because you seldomly talk to your very senior management to get their requirements. So you probably guess what they want. And also some of the users, right, when they do ad hoc, they usually do searching, okay? They do ad hoc is that they ad hoc or do some queries and see what is happening right now or what their business look like. But usually they do some searching in there, how to search the information that they need, okay, in a big database. And also they want to transform, okay. Now they see that like when we do a data warehouse, you probably do one single version. So we seldom do like 10 versions or 100 versions for different users. So for most of the users, when they do analysis, they want to combine or do grouping for different dimensions. I want to group age 20 to age 30 into one set. So how can I do that? Or group some of the product together to do analysis. But when they like using the old or the traditional way to do it, is probably difficult, because like you have to change or to change some of the data in the data warehouse, which the IT won't allow you to do that because it's all actual data. So we don't allow people to change the actual data. So we see that like most of the people, instead of just looking at a report, they probably want to do some searching or to explore some of the data. So with SAP, we introduced Nomura, okay, a new concept or idea, which is under BO families. Okay, for this, right, we focus in 4 areas. One is the acquisitions, how we can store all the informations, or how we can combine all the informations together. And we do transformations in this area. Transformations to transform the data set into what they want. And also to have visualizations and discovery, easy to visualize what is happening right now. And to share, after you finish all your analysis, you want to share your data set, you want to share your view or your image to your colleagues, so you can also do that. Okay, so now I jump into the demonstrations. This one won't work. Okay, so so this is the Nomura areas. So when I try to open a data set, right, you see that it accepts all the CSV, SQL, HANA, Excel, or Universe. Okay, Universe is part of the BO families. So in this solutions, right, we support like different database or different platform. So you can do direct SQL and to draw the data. So for this demonstrations, right, I just retrieve all the data from my Excel files. So you see that it just lists out all the columns that I retrieve from the Excel files and see the number of records, and you can do some checking in here. Okay, now I do these demonstrations under Excel file, and now I acquire the data. So the system will read in all the data, and then to prepare the view for the users. So the users can modify what they want right now. So now they retrieve all the data will load into this area. So you don't have to worry, like if I got like 1 million record, is it going to load 1 million record into here to let the customer review? No, it's not. They're going to view a set of data. So when I just drill down, it's just, do you see the word loading? Okay. So each time when they go down, and then it will load all the data. So you don't have to worry if you got like 1 million records or 100 million records. When you load into the areas, it's going to take times. No, it won't. So when I went into record, it will load automatically. So it will take too much time. So this is the record that I just load into the system. So I got all these dimensions like box, retailers, street, city, address. Now I see that I got a measure, a hierarchy, and all this attribute that I retrieve. So at this moment, I don't have any measure because I didn't define anything under my data set. So what I do, right, I just do the unreach all. Did I click? Okay. So now it automatically reads in all the measures, and then it will form the measures dimensions. And also the date time, when they read in the data, he will automatically got the intelligence to identify which is the year, and then he will break it down in all the date times for you. And also, when you look at all these dimensions, right, you see that, okay, I got a dimensions called city. And you can search anywhere. You don't see any regions or countries there, right? So it also got an intelligence to break down your city in the countries. So I just click here, and then to create a geographic by names, and then use city, because I don't have these dimensions. I don't have. So I just click OK to load in. So in this area, right, it also got intelligence telling you that, for example, Los Angeles, are you saying that is the regions referred to the United States? Actually, I don't even know that Los Angeles got other countries too. Okay, I only know this belongs to the United States. So you can do some changes in here to make it to your selected regions. So just click OK. So you see that the system will automatically build the sub-region, the region, and the country for you. Okay, so we got intelligence there. You don't have to create the dimensions for you. Okay, so it automatically create the dimensions for you instead of you build up all this column and then identify all the countries and then all the sub-countries, all the region stuff. The system will automatically help you to create all these dimensions because they got that intelligence itself. So other things you can do is that, okay, I can always monitor, massage the data. I can see that in the city I got so many records. So in that side, you see the numbers of record, right? Okay, you don't. So, shoo, no, won't work. So there's a number over there. Okay, you don't see that on that side. So imagine if you got all the invoices. Okay, so the number of invoices you got, and then you see that by each of the country how many invoices you issue. So think about it. If you got a table with all the invoices, you will see the number of invoices that you got for each of the country or each of the dates. Okay. So in here you can also do all the filtering or some of the areas that you don't like. You can always do filtering, stuff like that. And in this case, for the demonstrations, for example, if I go into type, I see that I got Xbox. And then for this one, XBX, probably I got a spelling mistake there. So when we do ETL, right, we always do like data cleansing, right? This is one of the data cleansing that we have to cater when we do ETL. But for the users, right, they can do it by themselves. So the first thing they can do is they can duplicate the column automatically so that you won't mess up with the original column, but it doesn't matter because the data will load into your system instead of the centralized data. So for this case, right, I can always replace, or I can always highlight two areas and then do a grouping. Okay, I group it into Actually, my mouse is right over here. I copy it into the Xbox 360, and then I click to do it. And then you see that the Xbox is already gone, and it combines all the data itself. So it automatically combines all the data itself. So I can always do replace and then trim or find or do all the lowercase stuff like that. And for the measures, right, I can always create my own measures. Okay, so I got all the revenues here or the target here. So I can always click on this arrow, the cost, and then I want to create my own measures. For example, I just do a simple calculations, like the revenue. I want the revenue plus the, where is the plus? Oh, okay. Oops. Over here, sorry. I'm good. I'm doing in one hand. Okay. And with the targets. So I can always create this calculations on the fly. And I also got some like building formulas in here. And also with the if then else stuff, which is similar to the Excel. So I can do a revenue plus the target. And then I create, you see that I got extra columns in here. Okay, to do the revenue plus the target. I don't know why I do that, but just for demonstrations, okay. Okay, so in here, right, you see that the demonstration I show you is that it got some intelligence there to automatically formulate all the countries, the regions, or the period, the date time, and it also can allow the users to combine all the data or to modify some of the data, or to do different groupings, or to add new calculations. So in here, right, the next thing I want to do is that I want to do some analysis in here, so I can do all the facts. So I see that I click on the occurrence, so which is the number of occurrence. You can say number of records, right? In here. Okay. And then I want to see this is the occurrence. Now I want to look at the revenue. So I see that for all the retailers, so this is the revenue. Okay. So I just do a one click, right? I can look at the marginal cost for each of the areas. So for this table, right? You probably got some relationship there, okay? What I mean relationship is that, okay, when I click on the 7-Eleven and I right click, I do correlations. So I will see that this number, where it is coming from. So I see that this total number is coming from a portion of this, maybe all of this, a portion of this, okay? So it just automatically helps you to highlight where this is this number coming from. Okay, so it helps the users to easily realize where the number is coming from. The next thing you can do is also you can double click, and then you do a filter to see all this number were coming from all the street, all the city, and all these areas. Okay, so it shows you all the correlations easily for the users to view. So I can always delete this area. Okay, so as I said, right, the data manipulations, we can do that. We also show you all the correlations where the relationship are related in this table, and I can also show the visualizations view. For example, I want to do a country map, and for example, I want to do a value, and then by each of the city. Okay, and also embed a map in here. Maybe the overlay will be by different quarter. Okay. Similar to Google Map. And then you can do some filters for the years. Okay. Just simply drag and drop, and then you select the years. Okay. This is kind of easy for the users to visualize. So a simple demonstration to show you, like, we got all the pie chart, line chart, and different chart, or even the map. Or I can also do like a pie chart for the 3D pie chart. Whoa, scary. Let me do the 3D. Is it going to still be an error? I got too many countries in here, so let me delete that. What to do? Good. And then you can also like show by different column. Maybe the column is by year, and then I change these dimensions. Maybe for example, I show the types, the legend columns. So we break down into Q1, Q2, Q3, and Q4 to show you all this map. So easy to visualize and to view, allow you to view. And after you finish that, right, you can always save this image. Okay, so the image is already saved in here. And then you can continuously create different image by selecting different chart or the heat map. And even you can use the table to look at what does the table look like with the numbers. Okay, so allow the users to look at the visualizations or by the table, and also you can create your own calculations. Okay, so it won't mess up the centralized data warehouse, which the IT don't allow me to do that. Okay, so you can create like more view or save the view. Okay, or you can also like type in the title in here. Maybe I say text. See, I can always do that as an image. And then after that, right, you can always like click on the share, and then send this, maybe send this by email. Okay, let me try to do that. Okay, image. So we automatically attach the view to your email, and then send it to the users or your manager to take a view of this. So you see that the document is already attached it as one of the zip files, PNG. So it's a view. So you can always share your result to your colleagues as a view, or you can also send it as a data set, by export to a file, the data set, or publish it back to the data store, and then use BO Web Intelligence or Crystal to retrieve all this data. You can also do that. Okay. So after all this like data manipulation is finished, right, it also integrates with the BO Explorer, so that all the data set or all this result can be viewed on the web or on the iPad. So you can use the iPad to view the Explorer, to do all the drag and drop, and then to do more visualizations for each of the staff or other colleagues to look at the visualizations. Because the solution flow, right, I would say the flow is that allow the users to retrieve the data, and also in these areas, let me go back to the prepare. You can always add more data in here. So instead of just the original data set, you can always add, and then you can always like merge the other data set with your existing data set. Okay, so as I said, right, sometimes like some of the users want to merge your Excel files to the database, and we allow you to do that. And then you can do some like combinations with different data set. Okay, so in this area, right, it allows you to do all this stuff and then share it to your colleagues. As I said, the data flow, right, visual intelligence, as I said, is the first phase, I would say. So that allow the users to retrieve all the data from Excel or database, and then to modify the massage. And then after you finish, you can always publish it back to the database. Like publish the data set back to the HANA, the Streamwork, or publish that data set to the Explorer. And then Explorer is one of the components in the BO. So it's web-based and also support iPad. So that you can use iPad, and then you can use the Explorer on the web to view all this informations or do more data manipulations in that areas. Okay. So this is a flow. Okay, a flow to do one thing to another, and then pass it down, pass it around. Okay. So this is the demonstrations that I prepared for today. Okay. Okay. So in BO, right, this is the latest idea of how we do the data explorations. So I didn't prepare all the Crystal or the BO demonstrations for these sections. So I show you the latest ideas of what BO we're doing right now. We're not only focusing on the traditional reporting or the traditional ad hoc query stuff. We also do like data visualizations, helping customer to visualize or to combine, modify the data set, because we see that like most of the analysis or business analysts in the company were doing data massage. instead of the IT doing centralized data massage, some of the users were doing data massage under Excel files. Okay, so we allow the customer to retrieve data from a centralized database or personal database and do combinations, and then it also allowed them to do massaging on the fly, and then create their own calculations, okay, which helps the customer to do analysis in the same way. Okay, okay. So I think this will conclude my sections for today. And any questions? Okay, maybe. Yeah, sure.
We usually work how to
SAP database.
using SAP
Visual intelligence, right?
Yeah.
Oh, this is not. Okay, for the SAP database, are you saying the BW? Okay, this is when I do like new reporting, right? Let me delete that. Okay, haha. I suggest you do. No, for the BW, you probably use the universe to connect to it. Okay, so you see this all the connections. CSV is Excel, it's easy. Freehand SQL is that ODBC connect to the database. If you're using SAP, you can go into HANA, BW HANA, and then the other thing you can do is the universe. Okay, so as long as you got BO, right? BO use the universe, and then universe because like we're still focusing on the traditional way is that universe is the centralized area to connect all the database. So SAP BW is one of the database. So you use universe to connect to the BW back query, and then you retrieve the data. Okay, because this is still BO families, visual intelligence. So you use universe to connect to it. If you were using BW under HANA, which is easier. Okay. Seriously, right? If you use HANA and compare with the universe, the performance will be much faster. Okay, in memory compared to normal. Okay. So this is for all this integration or the connection stuff, right? Maybe I can talk to you later to show you like more stuff, how we connect the BW, because the BW, because for these sections, right, I didn't focus on the BW customer, because for the BW customer with BO, we got like different connection, because you can use batch query to connect to the BW. You can also use BO directly connect to the info cube. Okay, so there's several ways to do it. Okay, so it depends on which way is more comfortable to you. Okay, because like some of the users want to use InfoCube because they want to do dimension analysis. So I directly connect to the InfoCube. But I focus on the reporting, on the layout, on the pixel. So you probably want to use batch query by the universe, using universe connected batch query. So there are several ways to do it. Okay, hope I can answer your question. Okay, sure.
Is this able to retrieve universe and then retrieve the Excel? Put that in simple, right?
Okay. Yes, you can do that. Because like when I showed you before, I just click on this. When I showed you before, I can always retrieve multiple data set, but you have to do is you have to merge. I just click on this. Before I show you that there's a merge button on the top, so the users have to know how they can merge together. Because like you have multiple data sets, right? But somehow you still have to connect them together, so which you have a relationship between each of the data set. So a quick one is that I just click on the acquire, and then there's a merge button to merge different data sets. So you can retrieve data from the Excel file, from the universe, or even from HANA, and then merge them together in a single data set and do analysis. So the good thing is that the merge button is on the top, right here. Okay. So because I only got one set, right? So I didn't do any merging. All this were the same set. So if I got more set of data, right? So this is from the Excel files. So when you import the other data set, you will see the universe other data set in here, and you do the merging. Okay. So you don't have to select all. You can merge some of the data from the universe. Okay. Flexible to allow the user to do it. But the users have to know I have to merge the retailers with the retailers, and then maybe by the day to the day, they have to know. Okay. So this allows the users is that some of the data maintained by the IT allow the users to retrieve, okay, or controlled by the universe. I mean the security controlled by the universe. And then they have some personal data under Excel. For example, marketers. For this event, all your name will keep under Excel file instead of the SAP ERP. Okay, so one day I want to do analysis and see all these attendees. I want to see how what they were they are existing customer or what product that you were using. So I can just get all the company informations from the database, and then this event Excel to the mapping, and then I will see what it has happened. I can do the analysis with that. Separate data set, right? Yeah.
Separate data set. So, do we need to make a data mapping? Because there may be no data relationship between separate data set. How to present the data with meaningful?
Oh, this is meaningless data. Okay. Sometimes it's meaningless data.
Can we do this data mapping in this visual intelligence?
Yeah, you can do that. Okay, I would say that for if it's meaning relationship, right, it's easy. For example, product ID map to a product ID, right? So which is you can put to that in and then do analysis. You got like meaningful mapping, but sometimes you don't have meaningful mappings. But this is some of the users' requirement for IT people. I'm sorry, we don't allow them to do that, right? But users will sometimes they can imagine a lot of stuff. Okay. So even they cannot map together, but they still want to put them together and then do analysis. Okay. So the easiest way to do that is to map the date. Okay, map the date. So as long as you map the date, right, you sometimes they by the date they can still see something. So the easiest to do the mapping is the date. But if it's too meaningless or there's no mapping, so they have to separate into two sets. Okay, they cannot combine because there's no way to combine the data set. Okay, but from my experience, right, some of the users still want to combine, but you have to have a key to combine. The date is the normal way to do that. Okay, I would say that. Okay, thank you. So I pass it back to you. Okay.
Thanks, Adam. So here comes to the end of the event. So thanks again for